In the middle of a dark night, long ago, huge waves tossed a small fishing boat. The fishermen were stunned to see one of their own jump over the side of the boat in the middle of the windy sea. Amazingly, he did not drown. He appeared to stay on top of the water, walking.
The fisherman was the disciple Peter, and he was walking on the water toward Jesus, until he realized the full extent of what he was doing.
He looked around and realized how dangerous his surroundings actually were. The waves were high, the water deep, and the wind fierce.
Like all of us, he began to concentrate on the problem, the weather and the water, and not the master of the wind and the waves. It was only when he took his eyes off Jesus that he began to sink.
There is not a person in this room who is not experiencing problems. The question is not if, but how bad.
Not a person in the Bible was without trials. Not Paul, not King David, not even Jesus. No one. Mother Teresa once said, "I know God will not give me anything I can't handle. I just wish he didn't trust me so much."
So how do we continue in the face of trouble? How do we face the wind and the waves?
We stop concentrating on the problem and focus on God. What problem is God not able to overcome?
This is God who created the limitless universe. This is God who made the earth and man. This is God who was here before all things and who has chosen us to live with him forever.
If we truly focus on the Father, we will know that there is not a problem we're dealing with that he is not aware of and capable of overcoming. We have peace in the midst of trouble, not by worrying about how to solve the problems, but by relying on the unimaginable power of God, who loves us.
You are not a God created by human hands. You are not a God dependent on any mortal man. You are not a God in need of anything we can give by your plan. That's just the way it is. You are not a God created by human hands. You are not a God dependent on any mortal man. You are not a God in need of anything we can give by your plan. That's just the way it is. You are God alone from before time began. You are on the throne. You are God alone. And right now, in the good times and bad, you are on the throne. You are God alone. You're the only God whose power none can contend. You're the only God whose name and praise will never end. You're the only God who's worthy of everything we can give. You are God. That's just the way it is.